The United Nations has welcomed the newly announced framework agreement between the United States, Israel, and Lebanon, calling it a major step toward ending decades of conflict and promoting long-term regional stability. Speaking at UN headquarters, spokesperson Stefan Dujarric described the trilateral framework as a milestone that could help build a more secure future for both Israel and Lebanon. He stressed that unresolved issues must continue to be addressed through dialogue to ensure lasting peace, sovereignty, and security on both sides of the Blue Line. According to the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, or UNIFIL, no projectile launches were recorded over the weekend, signaling a temporary reduction in cross-border violence. However, UN peacekeepers continue to observe Israeli military ground operations, airstrikes, and airspace violations in southern Lebanon. Dujarric also said Israeli forces temporarily blocked a UNIFIL explosive ordnance disposal team during one of its humanitarian missions, briefly disrupting operations. Despite ongoing security concerns, the United Nations reported encouraging signs that many displaced Lebanese families have begun returning to their homes. Still, nearly 50,000 people remain in hundreds of shelters across Lebanon, while unexploded ordnance continues to pose a serious threat in the south. The situation in Gaza, however, remains far more severe. The UN warned that daily airstrikes, expanding military restrictions, and continuous displacement are placing civilians under growing pressure. Humanitarian agencies are currently assessing the needs of dozens of newly displaced families after fresh military operations near the so-called Yellow Line in eastern Gaza. Dujarric also confirmed that an Israeli airstrike struck just 100 meters from UN offices in Deir al-Balah. Although no UN staff members were injured, reports indicated civilian casualties nearby. The United Nations also warned that growing restrictions now cover nearly two-thirds of Gaza, making humanitarian operations increasingly difficult and delaying the delivery of essential aid to civilians.